Proctor here with this month's Hair of the Dog, featuring Michela Watkins talking about puppy grooming. Take a look.
We're going to be talking about puppies this month, and here I have with me Holly. She is a little cockapoo puppy, a very sweet little girl, and I'd like to talk to everybody about not waiting too long to get their little ones into the grooming shop. Everybody makes the mistake when they get a puppy that they don't want to rush them right into the grooming shop. And they think they're doing the puppy a favor by doing so, but actually they're making it harder for them. The best thing to do when you get a puppy is, as soon as they are ready as far as their shots go, to get them in at least just for a bath or even a toenail trim to get them used to the entire process and environment. It is very different for puppies. It's very scary at first until they get the hang of what's going on. So we like to ease them into it. We don't normally like to have to give the puppies a first-time haircut, especially if they're matted, which is what a lot of parents have to do. The problem with that is they're already not used to it, and then when you bring them in and they're matted, it actually becomes a lot more difficult for the dog when you do it that way. It's better if we can get them in younger and get them in for a nice bath, a toenail trim, make it easy on them, make it fun. We also provide the cage free so they kind of get the experience of running around with the other dogs and all of that. A couple of things that you can do at home are playing with their feet, really getting in their feet. I'd like to see people sticking their fingers in the pads if possible, squeeze the nails, touch the nails. You see how she really doesn't have much of a reaction to anything that I'm doing whatsoever. Her mom has done a very good job in getting her in early and playing with her at home. I also want you to mess with the ears. Stick your fingers in them lightly. Don't poke around in there with anything, but just kind of massage them. Put your fingers in there a little bit. Get them used to messing with the ears, messing with the feet. Just get them desensitized. That's what we call it, is desensitizing them to maybe pressure, a little bit of pressure on the feet, not a lot, just touching, pressure, different things. Some puppies may try to chew or bite when you do it. Just try to discourage it and just continue doing it. When your puppy fights you on pressing on the feet or sticking your fingers in there, just kind of tell them no and keep doing it. The worst thing you can do is stop. If you stop, all that tells the puppy is that to keep biting you because it works. It makes you stop doing what they don't like. That's probably the worst thing you can do. Reward good behavior. She's letting me do this. I'm going to tell her good girl and I'm going to reward her for it. The more you do that, the better experience they will have when they finally get into the grooming shop. I'm going to show you a few tools that you can use at home. The appropriate brushes, we use a slicker brush, kind of looks like a porcupine. You have to be careful with these. They are not super rough. They look a little scary, but they're not. But you do want to be careful because you can brush burn a dog. And by brush burn, I mean you can really irritate their skin by brushing too hard or in one spot for too long. You want to brush really lightly, just kind of go along the coat. Softly and work through the coat. What we usually do is we use a slicker brush first and then you follow it with a comb. The comb will get underneath the coat. A lot of people say they brush their dogs and they think they're brushing their dogs, but what they're doing is they surface brush. That's what we call when you brush and you think with the slicker that you've gotten them brushed out. What happens is it doesn't get down deep enough and the mats are underneath the surface and they don't realize it. So what you do is you first use the slicker, get them all brushed out. When you think you're done, you take your comb and you're then going to run the comb through the coat. If the comb slides through the coat, you know that they are completely tangle free. You will find a lot of spots where you haven't completely brushed through the coat when you go through it with the comb. Once you go through with the comb and you've got them all brushed out, you can then reward your dog, treat them. If you do come across some matting, please don't cut it out yourself. Bring them into the shop. We will take care of it. A lot of owners have some mishaps when they try to cut the mats out of the dog themselves, because what happens is you actually end up getting skin because you don't realize what you have, and it may not be a mat. We never use scissors to cut mats out. We always use a clipper blade. So always bring them in. If you do find mats and you can't brush them out carefully, bring them into us and we will gladly get them out for you. One other thing I want to go over is toenail trims. You want to get them frequent toenail trims. We recommend getting their nails cut at least once a month. That's to avoid the quicks growing out. The quick is a vein that's inside the nail. That's what everybody is afraid of cutting when they cut the nails. If you do, they will bleed. It's not a big deal. It will close right back up, but you really don't want to hit it because it does hurt. So what you do is bring them in at least once every 4 weeks to get a nice toenail trim. What we also use is, here in this shop, we use what we call a Dremel tool. These Dremel tools don't apply any pressure to the nail, which can break and cause splitting in the nails as used with the cutters. We don't really like to use those if we can avoid it. The Dremel instead sands the nail and rounds the nail off, which causes it to be smoother, softer, and no breaking of the nail whatsoever and no pressure, so it doesn't hurt at all. They are loud though, and we like to get them used to it early. As far as that goes, that's pretty much all I have to say, is just to get them in early, get them started off on the right foot, get them in here, and we'll give them a good experience the first time.